Yo, T-Dub here, and welcome to my review of the 2015 hit video game brought to us by Supermassive Games, the PlayStation 4 exclusive Until Dawn. By the way, there will be spoilers ahead. This will be your only warning. Until Dawn is a horror-themed adventure game where you control an ensemble cast of teenagers as they attempt to survive until dawn! So, our story begins with the teens playing what is a pretty terrible prank on their supposed friend Hannah, which leads to her running into the woods because anything's better than dealing with these immature fucks. Hannah's twin sister Beth follows after her and they're pursued by a flamethrower-wielding man, and then this happens!
Hold on! Hold on!
So they might be dead, I think. Nevertheless, we fast forward 1 year and the twins' brother Josh, played by Rami Malek, is hosting a get-together at the ill-fated lodge once again. It's also here where we get an excellent rendition of "Oh Death" sung by Amy Van Rokel, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, which is perfect for any Halloween or horror-themed music playlist. And then we officially enter the first chapter, Memento Mori, where we play as Sam, who is played by the OG Kairi, the cheerleader who must save in order to save the world, Hayden Panettiere, which once again I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Alright, so let's talk about the general gameplay. You walk around fixed camera angle environments and interact with objects that are highlighted by shiny shines. You can then examine them LA Noire style. Then we have the QuickTime events. I generally don't mind these as they tend to give you a good amount of time to react. That is, with the exception of the Don't Move prompt. True to its name, you cannot move the controller in any way, shape, or form during these, or you will fail. I hate these as they don't test your reflexes, but instead how good of a human statue you can be.
Nice one.
Getting back on track with the plot, Chapter 1 serves to introduce us to our main cast. We have Sam the sporty cool girl, Chris the nerd who has a crush on Ashley, Ashley the dork who has a crush on Chris, Emily the 4.0 GPA ex of Michael who is now dating Matt, Matt the doormat jock, Mike who is dating Jessica, Jessica who is an immature mean girl, Josh who is throwing this whole party, Dr. Peter Stormare whose character name I forgot but he's very judgmental to the player in between chapters, and I need a rest. Can we play a clip?
Everybody got that? Good!
So yeah, the cast is small but very intertwined. The story really starts picking up steam when Mike and Jessica, who are on their way to a smaller, more remote cabin for some alone skis, get chased to said abode, and then this happens. Mikey wastes no time and chases after his girl with full force, but by the time he finally catches up with her, they have a bit of a falling out.
Oh my god. Jess! Jess, are you okay?
Help.
Jessica!
Over with the others, a would-be psycho killer starts stalking them and even channeling their inner Jigsaw.
I see. You have chosen to save Ashley.
No, Chris! No, 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 no.
I guess you could say that Josh is half the man he used to be. I wonder if that reference is too old for anyone to get. Hey, no time to ponder that as Mike is exploring the abandoned sanatorium. Nah, doesn't work as well. Anyways, he's petting the wolf puppers. It's here where we get an absolutely stellar beginner's trap. So at one point, Mike gets his hand stuck in a sort of bear trap type gimmick, and you can either amputate some fingers or pry it open. Every time you attempt to pry it, the blade snaps, leading most players to just amputate. However, if you stay with it, you can open the trap with all your fingers still intact. Bravo, Supermassive, you really know how to give the finger to rookies in a whole new way. Hope that makes sense. Getting back to Sam, she's getting stalked while wearing nothing but the world's most magical towel. I would have avoided getting caught here, but the don't move prompt reared its ugly face, and because of that, Sam got gassed.
Here, little kitty. Here, pussy, pussy. Ah, little birdie unhappy in her cage.
We also have Chris and Ashley exploring the basement, searching for Sam, and eventually, they do find her, but not before getting gassed themselves.
Oh, no. This is bad. We've got to get her out of here. Oh, shit! No, get back! Stay the hell away from me!
No. Live and learn!
What?
Live and learn.
But it's okay. Mike found his way into the lodge basement and is here to rescue Sam, and in turn they both attempt to rescue Chris and Ashley, but not before reveal numero uno.
No, get away!
Oh, Chris. Oh, Chris.
What the fuck?
You've heard of blanks before. I mean, really?
Yep, the psycho is Josh, who did this to get his revenge for his sisters, and I can't say that I totally blame him, although the whole making Sam walk around in a towel thing is quite a bit over the line, and he deserves getting smacked in the head for that. You're probably wondering what Matt and Emily have been up to if you haven't outright forgotten about them. Well, they've been trying to radio for help on a radio tower, only for said tower to collapse and drop them into the mines, where they are then separated.
Whew. Emily!
Emily explores the area and even comes across the grave marker and corpse of Beth. And after a while, she comes across the flamethrower dude who directs her to GTFO, which she does all the way back to the cabin. It isn't long before the stranger joins, and it's here where we get plot twist number 2.
Well, the mountain don't belong to me, it's true, but it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo. There is a curse that dwells in these mountains. Should any man or woman resort to cannibalism in these woods, the spirit of the Wendigo shall be unleashed.
Yes, Wendigos are afoot, but wait, what about Josh? Well, the stranger and Chris go to rescue him, only for our mentally deficient friend to be as absent as the stranger's head. By the way, this is one area where winning or failing the don't move gimmick changes absolutely nothing. Anyways, Chris goes back to the lodge, and everyone heads to the basement to formulate a plan. Instead of just waiting until dawn, Mike wants to go straight into the nest of the Wendigos, get the keys to the lift from Josh, and get the fuck out immediately. This plan goes about as well as one would expect for poor old Joshua.
Oh, you're not real! No, you're not!
Also, Jessica survived, but then my dumbass got her killed by making the wrong decision, so, oops. Matt made it through, which rarely happens on my playthrough, so, hey, silver lining. Anyways, the big banging climax happens right at the lodge as it's filled with Wendigos, and you must remain still at all times except I couldn't, and now Sam is dead. God damn it, motherfuck! Regardless, Mike uses exposed electricity to make a giant explosion to take out the Wendigos, which leads us to the credits, where we get to see our horrible mistakes played out right before in front of us, as well as kids giving interviews to the local police. And that's the plot of Until Dawn. Depending on how you enjoy your horror, you're either going to love or hate this game, and I mostly enjoyed this one. The writing isn't perfect, but it's not really trying to be. Supermassive Games just want to take their favorite horror tropes and put them into a video game, and with that goal in mind, I do believe they succeeded. My only issues outside of the don't move mechanic is the way the game presents the different chapters. Every time one starts, we get a recap, which would be helpful if there was some sort of way to put the game down for any period of time, but Until Dawn never gives you that opportunity. Instead, it's just completely non-stop a la Alan Wake. Personally, I think a Telltale or Don't Not approach would have been a better format, not in the release content piece by piece, but allow players to take a break in between each chapter to allow everything to soak in. It's not a major flaw, but one that I hope they fix in their upcoming spiritual successor, The Quarry. One thing I have to mention are the moments in between each chapter where you're interviewed by a character I will only refer to as Dr. Peter Stormare. Yeah, let's get into this. I sort of hinted at earlier, but depending on how you enter his questions, a few aesthetic changes can happen throughout the game. It's nothing major, but a nice little mechanic. Also, the person being interviewed turns out to be Josh, and the doctor isn't even real! Yes, even past the plot discussions, the twists keep happening! We're getting M. Night Shyamalan up in this bitch! The acting overall is pretty goddamn good, but that shouldn't be too surprising when we have an award-winning actors on board this project, the most well-known of which being Rami Malek, who would later steal the show in the kinda, sort of, but not really biopic Bohemian Rhapsody as Freddie Mercury. Like, seriously, he was the best part of that movie. Also props to setting this game during winter. Those who know me know that I love winter-themed games. What can I say? I was born in Michigan, and I prefer cooler temperatures, and overall, I love snow-themed areas in video games! As for the length of this game, this playthrough, credits included, is just under 6 hours, but that's with the benefit of hindsight, so I'd imagine most first-time players would take around 7 to 8 hours to get through, and if you're playing this with a group or going for a completionist run, you can add another 2 or 3 to that. So overall, it's not a long game, but that works in its benefit as Until Dawn works best as a quick in-and-out type game. It's not here for a long time, but it is here for a rad time.